Day one, the first day of our CCNA, we just had some interaction and introduction of CCNA. So actually the CCNA training program which was offered by Cisco. So Cisco is one of the top international leading manufacturer company. So that international leading manufacturer company is providing a training to become a professional network engineers in different levels. Levels also we clearly discussed about CCENT, CCNA, CCNP, CCIE, and CC Arctech. So now we are starting with associate level, which is CCNA. Under CCNA, many tracks are available, but the tracks are being expired in before 2020. Currently, we have only one course, which is CCNA 200-301. So that CCNA 200-301 will be covered. Already have shown you the content, and you can visit the Zoom website, and there also we can be check what are the topics we are going to cover in this training. So let me project one more time because some new people is joined for today, so that all they also can come to know. So this is a course outline. This is 4 weeks training program. The first week will complete. I mean, this week will complete about network fundamentals. So which is very important, very useful for network fundamentals because it's not only like a basics. We are going to be very advanced level fundamentals actually. IPv4, IPv6, and each and every network device functionalities, cabling part, hardware, all the things will be discussed in this network fundamentals. And IP connectivity, routing concepts, routing technologies with configuration part also, like how to configure a brand new router when you purchase, how to connect it and how to configure it, and which protocols, other things. And next week, LAN technologies about how to manage switches, network switches like Cisco switch, how to configure it and how to create VLANs and implementing of VLANs and some VLAN protocols, those things. And finally, in the last week, we'll see about how to provide security for devices, like how to protect when someone is trying to take a control of our routers, how to protect it by setting a passwords, very strong encrypted passwords. What are the threats, security threats are available and attacks are available, how to overcome that. So that will be discussed in Cisco security concept. I hope everyone following me about this content. So based upon this content, in day one itself, we started and we discussed very few important basic points about what is network, networking, internetworking, types of networks, LAN and WAN. Remember, we have seen one office building example and explained basic roles and responsibilities of a network engineer, right? So I'll repeat today about these first 4 points. Point number one, network means interconnection of two or more devices. Networking, communication between two or more devices. Internetwork, interconnection of two or more networks. Internetworking, communication between two or more different networks. And types of networks, majorly we have two types of network. One is local area network, wide area network. The local area network means interconnection of two or more devices in a limited area or local area within a room, within a floor, within a building, like wide area network. So interconnection of two or more devices in wide area network, like geographically different locations. Like you have site one in one location, site two in different location, or different areas, different countries also can be. Okay, geographically different locations. These all are two types of networks. So from today onwards up to this week, we have only one concept, only one point we are going to be discussed. This is very important point. It is basic requirements to form a network. Like to build a network, what are the basic things we need? Anyone can answer based upon your knowledge. Tell me what exactly we need to build a network. Yes, please. Yes, please respond.
Yes, sir. May I?
Yeah, please.
Sir, basic requirement for to form a network, like we have to make sure we have any internet connection like modem or router, and after that we need two or more device like laptop, computer, or a printer, and
We have a
we
hundred devices already. We have 100 devices. Can
yes
be
sir,
printers, can be servers, can be computers, can be any.
yes,
We have a 100 devices. So to make these 100 devices connectivity and
yes.
communication, what exactly we need?
Sir, we need like server or router.
So servers and routers will include in 100 devices only.
Uh, no sir, from one
Okay,
server.
I'll explain it.
Yes sir. Yes.
So what are the basic requirements to form a network? To build a network, what we exactly required is the first one
Network
is
cables.
correct. Right, Naidu, Sharan Naidu. The first one is NIC, Network Interface Card. Next one is media. Next one is networking devices. Networking devices are switches, wireless access point, switches, wireless access point, router, and firewall. Next requirement is logical address, is IP address. An IP address can be IPv4 and it can be IPv6. The last one is protocols. Protocol, which is transmission control protocol over internet protocol, which we call TCP/IP. So these are the major requirements to form a network. Without one of these, we cannot build a network actually. If no media, we cannot form a network. Without networking devices, we cannot form a network. Without logical address, protocol, NIC, these 5 points are very, very important actually. So let me explain one by one. First one is what? NIC, Network Interface Card. So have you seen this adapter, Network Interface Card? What is the main purpose of this port? We call LAN port, RJ45 port, right? Or Ethernet port. So what is the main purpose of this port? It's a hardware component, the device, right? Component. So what is the main purpose of this port? Point number one, continue with NIC, Network Interface Card. Basically, computers works with OS. Agree? Any computer works with operating system. Then what is the main purpose of operating system for computer? Why OS is required for device? Even for your mobile phones, we have Android, right? Operating system. Why? What is the main purpose of?
To make use of the
Basically,
hardware.
yeah, correct. We connect a keyboard, we connect a mouse, connect a hard disk, we connect a pen drives, DVDs, like many hardware components, devices we used to connect, right? Then how user can interact with these hardware components? Do you have a direct interaction with the keyboard? Do you have a direct interaction with the keyboard mouse? No. So how user can interact with the hardware components? So user can interact with all hardware components via through operating system. So OS is what? OS is an interface users to interact with hardware, right? So OS is acting like interface between the user to hardware. Similarly, NIC, I means what, guys? I means what? Interface.
Interface.
So this port is also an interface. So this is a very technical point you can remember. This port is for what purpose? Interface actually. Interface between what? Interface for network is clearly mentioned. You don't think like it is a title. It's a technical point actually. It's a network interface. Network means already we know yesterday, like in the previous session, I clearly explained a lot of times about network. What is network? Interconnection of two or more devices. So to interconnect two or more devices, what exactly we need is card. So this NIC is an interface to form a network. To build a network is NIC is interface. One computer to another computer, how to connect it? Through NIC. Or when we have multiple computers, then we'll take one centralized device from first PC NIC connect to here, second PC NIC. From NIC, this is a printer network printer NIC. This is a server NIC. So this is any communication device. There must be a NIC card connected to network switch. Right, Tomiwa. Switch or hub, correct. So the thing is, NIC is interface to form a network, computer network, right? So these NIC card have two type of addresses. One is media access control, we call MAC address, and one more is IP address. This MAC address will come with a manufacturer. It will come with the default action. We cannot change. IP address we need to assign, like in two ways. One is statically or dynamically, and it can be modified, like class E IP, class B IP. So we'll discuss later on about IP address clearly. So let us focus with MAC address. So MAC address will come with the manufacturer. This MAC address, or we can call, there are two types of names. One is physical address, or we can call the hardware address. Physical address means MAC address. Hardware address means MAC address. These are the names actually. This MAC address is 48 bits. Bits means what? Zeros and ones. The combination of zeros and one, 48 bits. So these 48 bits are represented in 12 hexadecimal. What is hexadecimal? Hexa means 6. Decimal is 10. Total 16 means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 0 to 9 decimal numbers. From 10, it's a 11B, 12C, 13D, 14E, 15F. So hexadecimal means the combination of 0 to 9 and A to F. Okay. Yeah. Example 2C, C9, 00, 0E, 3F, 49, 4D, something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 plus 12. So this is one MAC address. Like you want to know your computer MAC address, just open your computer command prompt and you can use command call get MAC. So you can get your physical address. See, this is my computer MAC address. There are multiple interfaces. So it's a MAC address actually. You can get Wi-Fi, one MAC address. You can get for Ethernet port 1 MAC address. If you have a virtual machines, 1 MAC address. Like each devices, see here, how many adapters do you have? One, two, one is remaining or disabled. One, two, three. Three adapters. So that is why I'm getting here 3 MAC addresses actually. Okay. Right. Is 48-bit MAC address divided into two parts. First 24 bits and second 24 bits. 48-bit MAC address is divided into two parts. First 24 and second 24. So first 24-bit MAC address we call OUI, Organizational Unique Identifier. Means manufacturer will come here. Second 24 bits of MAC address we call serial number. Like by seeing the first 24 bits, we can come to know which company has been manufactured. Is it D-Link manufactured or Intel or Intex? So which company is manufactured by seeing the first 24 bits, we can get it actually. So we call this OUI, Organizational Unique Identifier. Okay. Next point is when you purchase a brand new laptop or desktop, by default you'll get an NIC card. This NIC card we can call it is Ethernet port, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So this Ethernet maximum can support Ethernet port speed. It can support max is 10 Mbps port. Now I need internet for this computer. Where we can get internet? Like if you need internet, like we'll contact to service providers. So I contact to ISP, Internet Service Provider. And then the ISP is giving one link. I'm connected to my computer. Not directly between you have a routers. But just for example, I connected to an IC. And I'm paying for 500 rupees. Example, I'm telling 500 rupees for ISP, and ISP is giving internet speed is 5 Mbps. So ISP is providing 5 Mbps speed, but my NIC card can support how much speed? 10 Mbps.
10
So
MB.
as a user, how much speed you can reach internet? Is it 5 Mbps or 10 Mbps or 5 plus 10, 15 Mbps? How much speed you can reach internet?
5 MB.
5 Mbps only. Because ISP is allowing 5 Mbps. Your code, your port, your Ethernet port can be support for up to 10 Mbps, but ISP is allowing 5 Mbps only, right?
Yes.
Okay. All of you, do you think 5 Mbps nowadays is sufficient?
No.
No. Okay. Then I am paying 1000 rupees for service provider. And ISP is allowing me for network speed is 10 Mbps. So as a user, now I can reach internet with how much speed? 10 Mbps or 10 plus 10, 20 Mbps?
10 Mbps.
10 Mbps. Okay. After complete of this course, I'm generally asking question. This CCNA training is done and you applied for a jobs and you are appointed as a network engineer. What are the roles and responsibilities as a network engineer? Yes. What is the role of network engineer? We need to manage the customer's network and we need to monitor the customer network. What happening inside the network, how much packets are being travel, how speed, and we need to monitor the network, right?
Yes.
So to monitor the network, we must require the tools. Agree? So when you install some monitoring tools, or example, user is a software engineer. So software engineer roles is what they used to develop or they used to programming I mean, software engineer also install some, Python scripting, some applications that need to be installed. Or this user is a web developer, then they need to install some web design applications. Or this user can be a system engineer, so they need to install some virtual machines, VMware, like workstations that need to be installed. So it depends upon the user job role. Ultimately, we need to install some applications. Agree? Those applications, like you are a movie maker, install some movie making applications. So when you install some high speed applications, is 10 Mbps is sufficient?
No.
No. Now I'm paying for service provider is 9,000 rupees. And ISP is allowing me 90 Mbps. Now as a user, how much speed you can reach internet?
10 Mbps.
Why 10 Mbps?
Because of that network interface card.
So even we are paying 9,000 rupees, ISP is allowing 90 Mbps, but we are reaching it 10 Mbps only because our NIC card maximum can support for 10 Mbps. Then how we can reach 90 Mbps speed? How we can utilize our 90 Mbps? So now we need to upgrade your NIC card. So we have one more type of Ethernet port is available, which can support up to 100 Mbps. That Ethernet card we called fast Ethernet. Not only fast Ethernet, even have one more type of Ethernet port is available, which can support up to 1000 Mbps, or we can call 1 Gbps. So which we call gigabit Ethernet. So these all are types of NICs. Ethernet, fast Ethernet, gigabit Ethernet. These all are different types of NIC cards. Have one common question, everyone. Please respond for my questions, okay? Uh, since how long you are using computers? From 3 years, 4, 5 years? How many?
6 years.
6 years.
Oh
Okay.
my goodness.
I hope everyone you have your own laptops or desktops, right? Aligaskar, oh
Yes.
my, 15 years, yes.
Yes, sir.
So simple small question, tell me frankly, have you ever verified your computer NIC card? What type of NIC card do you have? Is it Ethernet card or fast Ethernet, gigabit Ethernet? Have verified?
No, no, sir.
No.
No.
Okay.
Generally we don't
No.
do, right? Yeah.
Sir,
Eternity
But
card.
now Ethernet. Is it Ethernet for you? Have verified?
Yeah, sir.
yes, sir, I verified that
No, man.
it can support
When
100
you
MB.
purchase your laptop,
Sir, now, like in lockdown, sir,
recently, right?
1 year ago. 1 year
Then it
ago,
might be
recently.
gigabit port, not Ethernet.
No, sir, fast Ethernet port support 100 Mbps. I check it.
Okay, I'll tell you how to check that, okay? So that is, now we are becoming a network engineers, we should know at least your own laptops, at least your personal laptops having what type of NIC cards. Because once you go for a company maintain the routers, your company maintain the servers, your company maintain the switches and all right, devices, right? So you should know each device can support for how much speed, what type of port it has. This is very, very important basic point actually. You should know about what type of NIC cards we have. So first thing is open run box and type ncpa.cpl. Network adapters will open actually. In run box, you can type ncpa.cpl. Enter. So have you seen this Ethernet adapter? Right click. No, no, you don't do this. First follow what I'm showing. First follow it. Okay, later you can do it. Right click on it and you can go see the option like properties. On right side top you can see configure, advanced. In the list you can see speed and duplex. Click on that. On right side you can see value drop down. Now you can see it can support, my NIC card can support 10 Mbps, it can support 100 Mbps, it can support 1.0 Gbps. So what is the maximum can support it? 1 Gbps means it's a gigabit Ethernet. Now can see this title here,
Uh,
Intel or gigabit network connection properties, right? So similarly, you verified your Ethernet card and tell me fast. Everyone do it now, quickly. What type of Ethernet ports do you have?
Sir, my Ethernet GB Ethernet.
1 GB. Okay, gigabit
Yes.
Ethernet. Right.
Uh,
Well,
my
before
internet
someone
is
is saying the lockdown, you purchase the fast Ethernet. Have you verified that? Yes, Sharon, please.
Gigabit Ethernet, sir.
Right. Super.
100 Mbps.
yes, sir.
Showing 100 Mbps.
Yeah, sir. 100
Okay.
Mbps.
Fast Ethernet.
I have
Then
100
your laptop might be older.
Yeah, sir. I tell you now, my laptop is old, not a
Yeah.
new.
But you said you have purchased in lockdown.
Sir, I have on second-hand laptop, sir.
Okay. Okay.
That is why.
Okay. Okay. Right. So this is how, right, Jessica? 1 Gbps, right? So this is how we can come to know your device, what type of NIC card. NIC, NIC, what is the main purpose? You don't forget about this technical point. It is what? It's the interface between the computer and the network. It is also known as LAN card or Ethernet card. Ethernet card having unique 48-bit address called MAC address, or we can call physical address or hardware address. This 48-bit MAC address represented 12 hexadecimal digits. And types of NIC cards are available in different speeds: Ethernet, fast Ethernet, gigabit Ethernet, and I have shown you how to check your speed also. Okay, so this is all about point number 1, NIC. Any doubts about point number 1, NIC? It's clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So next point is media. We'll continue with media. So basically we have two type of media. One is guided media and unguided media. Guided media means wide media, unguided is wireless. In wide, we have different type of wides are available, like coaxial cable, twisted pair cable, fiber cable. In twisted pair, again have two categories, like unshielded twisted pair, shielded twisted pair, UTP and STP cables. In unguided, two categories, infrared and radio frequencies, with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi signals. Different types of medias we have. This is UTP cable, STP, coaxial, fiber. Have you seen this coaxial cable? I think everyone well known about this coaxial cable we are using for DTH, dish purpose, television cable, right? But early days we are using for internet purpose also, but not now. For network purpose also we use very long back. But now it is outdated actually. We are not using coaxial cable in network, but TV cable, because this coaxial cable can support very low transmission rate. Your data transmission rate is very low, and it can support only one-way communication. Very long back, initial days we was used for network, but not nowadays, because we have very high speed data transmission cables are being developed, which is fiber optics. So fiber optic cables are data transmission speed will be light speed data transmission, light speed data transmission support. Mostly these service providers will use, like to provide longer distance. It can support for kilometers away of fiber cable. Data transmission can be possible with light speed into kilometers, 100,000 kilometers. Mostly can use under submarine, country to country, like to provide customers very high speed. Like service provider and large companies will use this type of fiber optics. If you are working for service provider, you can learn about this fiber optics. So there is a separate training for fiber optics, diploma type of course. So You can learn about it, but technically, uh, we have to know about UTP cables mostly, because commonly using cables are UTP cables, twisted pair cables. Twisted pair, two types of twisted pair: single pair and four pair. Single pair means two leads, two wires, one for transmission and one for receiving. Receiving RX and TX, transmission and receiving purpose. Technically, we called it is RJ11 cable. As per IEEE standards, standard is what? RJ, register jock 11. Four pair RJ45 cable. So where we use this RJ11 cable for telephone lines. For telephone lines, we use this cable. Then where we use RJ45? RJ45 used for your local network. So yesterday we have seen one example, remember? Within a floor, one within a building, different departments,
Yes,
like
yes.
1000 computers need to be interconnect. So to interconnect these all 1000 computers from third floor to second floor to first floor, enter the building, what type of cables we have to use? RJ11 or RJ45? So within a LAN we use what? RJ45 cables.
RJ45.
Right. In RJ45, we have different type of categories. It is Cat 5, Category 5E, Category 6. So difference is data transmission rate. We call DTR, data transmission rate. If cable is a Cat 5 category, the transmission rate will be 100 Mbps speed can support. If it is Cat 5E, data transmission rate will be 500 Mbps. This Cat 6 cable can support 1000 Mbps. So based upon the categories, we have different transmission rate. These all categories comes under RJ45 only. Nowadays, mostly we are using Cat 6 and Cat 5e cables actually. Okay. And one more point is in RJ45 we have different type of connections, different type of cables are also available. Which
What is
is
the full form of DTR? Data?
data transmission rate,
Okay.
straight through cable, crossover cable, rollover cable. Three categories: straight, cross, rollover cable. Like where we use, what type of scenarios we use cross cable is like we are connecting from PC to PC, means similar type of devices, computer to computer. One end is PC, other end is also a same similar type of device. Switch to switch, network switch. One end is network switch you connected, other end you connected to same similar type of switch. I mean similar type of device switch. This is also network switch. Switch to switch. One end is router, other end also router. So in this type of cases, we have to use which type of cable is cross cable. So cross cable is for connecting between similar type of devices. And where we use straight cable, like connecting between different type of devices. One end is PC, other end you connect it to network switch. Straight cable. One end is a network switch, other end you connect it to router. So in these cases, we have to use what? Straight cable. So to connect different type of devices, straight cable. To connect similar type of devices, cross cable. And a brand new router, it is a switch, or it is a firewall. Networking devices, simply can say networking devices. So Cisco switches and routers do not have any default configuration. There is no pre-configured anything actually. It's not like a home-based routers. Home routers are pre-configured. You don't need to be configure anything. You just purchase, unbox it, and give power connection, and you can make use it. But it's not like a commercial devices like a Cisco routers and switches do not have any default configuration, no passwords, no IP address, no protocols, nothing. Device will come with empty configuration. As a network engineer, we need to provide the basic configuration. On top of that, all ports is by default in the shutdown state. So hence it requires to use rollover cable. So rollover cable used for initially to configure, initial configuration purpose. For first time you want to configure any device, you have to use rollover cable. After providing the basic configuration, then rollover cable is not required. You can use cross cable and side cable for data communication. So rollover cable for configuration purpose, simply can say, is for configuration purpose. But ultimately data communication happens via cross cable and side cables. Got it? But how can identify is it side cable or cross cable? Have a color coding. Based upon the color coding, we can identify side cable and cross cable. The straight cable, the name itself is straight. It's one end, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. One end is what are the color used, other end is of same color. 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, 4 to 4, 5, 6, 7 to 7, 8 to 8. It's straight coding. What are the colors you have used one end, another end also same colors is a straight cable. Cross cable. So 1, 2, 3, 2 to 6, 3 to 1, 6 to 2. So what are the color you used one end? In first lead, will go for third place actually. Second one sixth place. 3 1 1. 4 to 4, 5 to 5, 62. Cross coding. This is cross cable. Rollover cable, roll over. Quite opposite. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One end is example, it is the orange white combination. So orange white will get in here actually. It is orange color. You can get here orange actually. Blue white, you can get blue white here. Blue white green. So green here you can get actually. Like this, roll over. RJ45 straight cable color code, you can see, you can get this codings. What are the colors you have used? So if we compare, this is standard colors actually. Green, white, green, orange, white, blue, blue, white, orange, brown, white, brown. You can take both ends and compare it. See, if you closely observed, the first lead, it is orange, but it in second lead orange is goes to for, see, second is orange. Here, sixth place, cross color action, cross cable. What are the colors used? One end and other end also same. Then it's a straight cable. See here, in sixth place is what? Here, like different coding, like okay. So this is all about for twisted pair media. Any doubts about media? All of you is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please. What is firewall?
No, I'm asking about media. Have any doubts? Yes, I'll
Okay.
explain about firewall. Yeah. And the next point is that, right? We'll discuss each and every point,
So
each
there
and
is
every
only
device
one type
functionality.
of media, right?
One type of media means Prakash. Prakash, can you please repeat?
Yes. Actually, as you explained about the twisted pair in the
Hmm.
media, so are there
Hmm.
any other type of medias like you were saying? Uh, you showed four different kind of
Straight cross
media, right?
cable, roller
Yes.
cable. This is the only, no more other actually. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Right. Means based upon in RJ45, I'm telling roller cable, straight cable, cross cable. But cables are different cables. You have a serial DC cable, DT cable. In upcoming sessions, we'll see remaining other categories also. But in RJ45, we have these three: straight between different type of devices, cross between similar type of devices, rollover cable for configuration purpose. This
Okay,
is
sir.
some from RJ45 twisted pair. Can I move to next point? Network devices. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I? Okay.
Yes, please. Yes.
Yeah, I would like to know you because you talk about shielded wire and
Correct.
unshielded wire. So which one is better because of interference?
Uh, Better means see the difference between shielded and unshielded twisted pair. Thing is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 wires, 8 leads will be there, right? Data transmission going via this first lead, second lead, three, like data is being transmitted, correct? So what we can do sometimes is, so actually data transmission will be done in first lead, second lead, third, 4, 5, and sixth one. So remaining fourth one, fifth one, seventh one, eighth one, we can use for power supply purpose. Power supply purpose. Okay. Generally, we don't use. We have a separate power socket. Then, if you need, so power supply is happening in fourth, data transmission happening in third. So when data transmission, power supply both are moving, there will be generating of electromagnetic signals will be passed on. So based upon these magnetic signals, there are chances for because of this power, the data transmission can be destroyed. There are chances actually. So further, what we can do is we can use some shielded for every pair. You can give the some shielded. If shield is there, even here the power supply also no problem. High secured. It is shielded. So these factories maybe very factory type industries there you can use for STP shielded twisted pair. The normally we don't use it. Normally we use what UTP only. For industrial purpose, better you go with what shielded twisted pair. Normal companies and offices purpose we can use UTP cable. Yeah, have you seen this? For each pair we have what shield, silver shield is available coating, right? Secured to destroy these electromagnetic signals and passing on the power. Is the difference. Okay. Murphy, clear?
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, right. The next point is networking devices. Networking devices. I'll take the same example before we had the office building. Okay. Mm. Say administration department, there are 200 devices. For sales department, 100. Different HR department, maybe 500. Marketing department, maybe 100. Like 6, 7, 900 devices total in the building. Location, Hyderabad. See, in administration department, like if all 200 devices are desktops, so assume that 200 devices are desktops. Generally, desktops can support for what type of connectivity? Is it wired supported or wireless? Generally, desktops can
Wired,
support for what?
Wired supporting.
Wired. Now requirement is what? This 200 devices should be connected now through wired. So to connect, to interconnect these all 200 devices, we have to use one device called network switch. So switch, it is a hardware device which centralizes connectivity through wired devices. Whatever the wired device you have in your ground floor, connect to switch by using RJ45 cable. Like you have a servers supporting for wired, connect to switch. You have a printer supporting for wired, connect to switch. You have a desktops, connect to switch. Like all wired devices connected to network switch. So I repeat, switch. I'll give the notes. Networking devices. What is switch? It is a hardware device that centralizes communications between wired devices connected within a LAN. So switch can operate within a LAN only. Wired within a LAN. So this is about switch. It is a hardware device that centralizes communication between wired devices within a LAN. Example, in sales department, 100 devices. What if 100 devices are laptops? So laptops can support for what type of connectivity? Wired or wireless?
Both.
Both. Can support for wired, can support for wireless also, right? Yeah. Then can we connect wireless device to switch? What do you say, guys? Can we connect wireless device to switch? You have mobile phone, can you connect to switch? You have laptop, can connect to switch? Not through wired, wireless. No.
No, sir.
Switch can support only for wired devices. There is a port, sir. There is switch ports, like 24 port switch, 48 port switch. So each port, each device you can connect through RJ45 cable. Correct? Then how to interconnect? Like these all are 100 devices wirelessly they need to connect. Then how to connect? Now again we required one device called wireless access point. Wireless access point. So wireless access point is also a hardware device which can centralize connectivity through wired and wireless. It can support for both. Wireless access point can support for both actually. Well, if you have you seen this device? No, right? Now, tell me, have you seen this type of device?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Can you connect mobile phone to this device?
yes, sir.
Using
Yes.
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi,
Wireless.
yeah, that is what. So can you
Huh.
connect your laptop to this device through wireless?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes. You have a wireless printer, can you connect it to this device?
yes, sir.
Yeah.
You have a desktop, can you connect to wide device, wide through from this device?
Yes, sir.
Because we have a ports, 4 ports are available, you can connect now. So this device can support for what type of connectivity? Wide and
Why?
Wireless.
wireless, both. This we call wireless access point. But mostly 80 to 100% for what purpose we use this?
Wireless.
Wireless,
Wireless.
sir.
Very few points. Means from this device you want to expand. You can connect a wide actually through. For uplink purpose we use ports. But this device can support for what? Wireless also and wired also both. So your all laptops wirelessly connected to access point. Now all 100 devices can communicate. Like 200 devices are connected to wide through switch, then all 200 devices can communicate. But my point is how sales department and admin department can communicate. I mean to say how wireless devices and wired devices can communicate. So just make one uplink from access point to switch. One cable RJ45 will cable connect from access point to switch. Okay. So yes, Murphy, you have any doubt?
Yes, what is the difference between this wireless access point and the modem?
Uh, See, whatever device you have at homes, this device we called it is wireless access point. Example, this device is a D-Link or TP-Link or Netgear, any device. This device is act like a wireless access point. It's a router, it's a modem, it is a switch, it is a firewall. So there are multiple features in one device. But when you come to commercial network, we have a separate dedicated for access point. We have a separate device called router. We have a separate device called modem. The modem job is it converts the signals, unlock signals like MUX, uh, RJ45 signals to RJ11 signals, RJ11 signals to different type of. So where signals are converted by modem actually. That is modem function. Access point for wireless devices to connect that. That is the difference. Okay.
Thanks. Thanks.
So in this case, all wireless devices are connected to access point and wired devices were connected to switch. But to make this in network, we'll connect one uplink from access to switch. Then all 200 plus 100 devices are connected. They can communicate. So based upon your what type of devices you have in HR department. So 500 devices, we can't say all 500 devices are wired, or we can call say all 500 devices are wireless. There might be combination of wireless devices and wired devices. So as a network team, as a network engineers, we need to know about how many switches may required here, how many access point required. So you connect switch or access point, whatever you require, and make a uplink. And connect switches, access point, and connect those. Now all 900 devices are interconnected. So what type of devices we have used here? Only switch and access point, no firewall, no router, nothing. Only two devices are good enough to build a network in this scenario. Which two devices? Switch and access point, cables and IC. That's enough. Wireless access point, it is a hardware device that centralizes communication between wireless and wired devices within a LAN. Even wireless access point also can operate within a LAN, but can support for wireless and wired. So switch also operates within a LAN, but only wired. So it's about switch and access point functionalities. All of you following me, guys?
Yes.
Perfect. Next point. Office ABC, which is in Hyderabad, is a head office. Like what if you have a branch office in different location? This is your branch office one. Head office is one network. Branch one is another network. So whenever you're connecting different networks, so this scenario only device will come, which is a router. So router is a device which enables communication between two or more different networks. Here a small example is head office and branch one, two different networks. But actually a router can enable communication between two or more different networks. Two or more means 330, 3000, many. Simple example, IP config 192.168.171.10. This is my computer IP. But from this IP, I can communicate with how many websites? Can I open millions of websites? Means millions of networks. So which device is enabling communication from one network to another different networks? Router is backend actually. So every user traffic must go via router. For understanding what is the importance of router? So router is mandatory device for internet purpose or is only optional?
Mandatory.
Mandatory. You just understand how much importance of the router. Everywhere router is required actually. Where there is a network, there should be a router. Highly demanded devices, must required. As long as network lives, routers are required. So to manage that routers, to configure that routers, network engineers are required. So do you have a market for the network engineers? Yes or no? Yes. Right. So router is also a device which enables communication between two or more different logical networks. Network one is in one location, network two is in different location. Router is required. Even within a LAN, you have a different networks, router is required. So where the scenario, two or more different networks, router might be required, must be required. Get it? Okay, a router is connected to our network. From router is connected to internet. Internet to branch one. Now head office, branch one, communication is established. Everything is up and running. Internet is a public network. Public network, like everyone connected to public network. Like hackers are connected, attackers are connected, everyone connected to public network. So what hacker can do is they can create some fake network here. And they're initiating. What is a fake network? They are creating, I am your branch one. So take my packet. So hacker can create a fake network as a branch one and he is initiating. And first will come to which device? Router. What is the job of router? What is the main purpose of router?
Direct network to direct
Yes.
data.
Can you repeat again? Sorry.
To direct the traffic in data to where it's
No, what is the
supposed to
main
go.
functionality? What is the main purpose of router? Every device there is responsibilities. Switch to communicate wire devices, to connect the wire devices within a LAN. Access point purpose is what? To connect wireless devices within a LAN and wide also. Likewise, what is the purpose of router? So router is designed for routing protocols, means it's enable communication for different network, correct? But a routers is intelligent device, routers and switches, agree. But what is the main function? What router will do? Router is a router job is it's enable communication different networks. But what a hacker is doing is they are initiating, I am your branch office one, you take my update. Then router will accept it. Switch will accept it and sending the attack. So hackers can easily compromise routers and switches and attack will send. But routers and switches can provide basic level of security. That basic level of security, like hackers can overtake and compromise it. So now we required one device which can dedicatedly to uh, to analyze whether the traffic is authorized or unauthorized.
Hmm.
That device is a firewall. So firewall is also a device. Firewall is also a device. Now, whenever traffic is coming from branch one, what firewall will do? Stop the traffic and examine what is the source IP address, what is the destination IP address, are you permitted or not? Permitted for what? So it examine every packet, everything, every field. If policy is permitted, then traffic is allowed. Or so traffic is coming from fake. Then what firewall will do? Show me your password. Password is not matching. Tell me your source IP, destination IP, not matching. Then firewall will find out you are unauthorized traffic. I'll not allow you dropping the traffic action. So firewall is for network security. Complete your network is protected, secured based on what? Firewall. It's filtering unauthorized traffic, filtering. It filtered all the traffic. It is allowed only authorized traffic. Then our network is secured. So there is a firewall job. But which device can enable communication for different network purpose? Router. So which device can connect wireless devices and wired devices? Access point. Which device can connect wired devices? Switch. Which device can protect our network from unauthorized traffic?
Firewall.
Firewall. So each and every device, they have their own responsibilities, own functionalities. Now, firewall, router, access point, switch, these all are mandatory devices or optional device for our IT companies, for your commercial network, one business network, one business unit. These devices are optional or mandatory devices?
Mandatory device.
Mandatory. So to manage these all devices, to install, to configure, to maintain these all devices, who required? Network team. So network team is now a optional team or a mandatory team? Mandatory. Na? So do you have a jobs or not for every company for as from network team? Openings will be there or not? Yes. Following me, guys, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
So firewall, it is a device which protects a network from unauthorized access. It allows and denies the traffic based on the policies configured. Like in firewall, I have configured some policy is fb.com deny Gmail. Just example I'm telling guys, okay? Allows Zoom Technologies allows Twitter, deny, like some just an example I'm telling actually. Now, a firewall connected to router connected to switch, and switch is connected to one of the employee. This Murphy is connected here. He's a one engineer in my company. And what Murphy is doing is he opened a browser. In open a browser and he's typing is what? gmail.com. A request will go to switch to router and firewall. What firewall will do? Firewall will check policy. Oh, so Murphy is accessing Gmail. Yes, Gmail. Gmail rule is what? Allowed. Yes, traffic can go and you can access Gmail server.
Mm.
The same user is trying to access fb.com. Request will come to switch, router to firewall will check the policy, fb.com. Rule is what?
Deny.
So you cannot open the Facebook. You not reach to Facebook server. Your traffic has been dropped. Not reach it actually. So which websites has to be permit? Which website has to be allowed? Which user has to be permit? Which user has to be denied? That policies, that rules, a network team can be right. Network team can be decide action. Like any suspicious websites, all suspicious websites will be blocked. Only your organization websites or some public media websites are permitted, limited. Then your network will be very high secure now. If you don't have a firewall, a router can enable communication from all websites, any websites is a job, switch can allow. Then every traffic will come. Okay. So, but the point is to manage switch, access point, router, there is one team called network engineers in different levels, L1, L2, L3. And to manage a firewall, there is another team, which is network security team. There are also different levels actually. But you want to work for network security team or network engineer? On which team you want to interested to work? Yes, please tell me.
Network security.
Network security. Okay. I'm asking for everyone, guys. Both. Oh, Tommy, who are interested to both. Okay.
Network security.
Network security, like Kaushik. Please interact with me, everyone. See, this is
Network
not like
security.
network
Both.
security.
Network security.
Oh, so you don't want interest on network team, network engineers? Network engineer, very good. I appreciate you. So if you have experience on network engineer at least 2, 3, 4 years, then you can do network security job 100% perfectly. So the first, initially, you should gain the good experience on network engineer, because if we know how to handle and how to manage the networks, then only we can provide security now. Agree?
Agreed.
Yeah. So directly, if you go for network security, then if you don't know how switches works, if you don't know how routers works, we cannot provide actually security. Of course, directly also you can appoint it as a network security analyst, and you can work. You can start your career when you have at least the training on network. You have a good knowledge on routers and switches and how network operates. Then you can go. You can work with the security also. Okay, right. So NIC media networking devices. I think we have done 3 points for today. Correct? Yes. NIC media and networking devices. Each device functionalities. Let me conclude for today. Okay. I need answer from everyone. Please give me reply. There is PC1, PC2, PC3. Three computers. They are desktops, PCs, desktops. Now to interconnect the three computers, what device we required?
Switch.
Switch. What cable we required?
UTB.
RJ45.
RJ45. So take a RJ45 and connect to switch. And that RJ45 also, what type of RJ45? Is it cross cable or straight cable? From PC to switch.
Cross
Cross
cable.
cable.
PC to
Cross cable.
switch, PC to switch, PC to switch. Different type of devices.
All over.
Straight cable
Straight cable.
Straight cable.
for connecting similar type of devices, PC to PC, switch to switch, router to router, then cross cable. Here PC to switch, right? Straight cable. And there is
Sir, cross cable also working na sir?
well, it works, but basic standards we need to follow, right? It works. When it
Okay, sir.
works, nowadays it works because nowadays all devices are like there are some high advanced devices, but early days we don't have auto negotiation mechanism. Then
Okay,
ultimately we have to
okay.
use straight and cross only. But now we have a negotiation mechanism of all devices. That is the reason it works nowadays actually. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have a printer, connect to switch. So printer is a part of a network now. Now from PC1, can I communicate to PC2, PC3, printer? All PCs and printer can communicate each other?
Yes.
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 Perfect. And next point is, consider this is a switch name is A. Switch A. See, initial days only I'm telling guys, whenever you are working with the devices, the best practice is give the name for devices is the best practice. Without name of device, please don't practice it. Switch A, PC1, PC2, PC3, server A, server B, server C, or FTP server, Gmail server. Just for examples, you first define some name is the best practice. Okay. So this is switch A on PC1, PC2, PC3. And consider this is file server, FTP server. Is a mail server, SMTP server, IP phone. Is all are supported for wide and connect to another switch, which is switch B. So FTP server, IP phone, SMTP, all these servers we can connect to switch A also. Then why I have maintained a separate switch? So thing is, all computers are in A, all servers are in B. So you maintain like this. All computers are in switch A, all servers are in switch B. So we are maintaining a separate dedicatedly. In blindly can say switch A, oh PCs are connected, and switch B, servers are connected. Like this. But how PCs and servers can communicate now?
Using router.
Through switches.
Why router is required? There are not a different networks, right? You do one
Connection
thing.
between.
Simply no need to me. Why the ISP is required? No. Thing is,
US
yeah, please. Just yeah, continue, please.
Can you connect the switch to switch?
Switch to switch connection, sir. Switch
Excellent.
A to
That's
switch
all.
B.
Just make one uplink from switch A to switch B. Extension. So make a
using
between two
RJ45,
switches.
right?
We were using RJ45 cross cable because similar type of devices. Now connect one cross cable. So when you're connecting switch to switch, we call it uplink actually. Okay. So we connected one uplink from switch A to switch B. Now devices, servers, printers, all devices can communicate now. Agree?
Yes.
Next, device 4, device 5, device 6. 4, 5, 6 devices are what type of devices?
Wireless.
Wireless. So how to interconnect these 4, 5 devices?
Through router.
Wireless access point.
Wireless access point. Now 456 device can communicate, but how 456 devices can communicate with servers? How 456 device can communicate printer and 123 devices?
By connecting switch to wireless access.
That's good. So make a one uplink from switch B to access point, because access point is a device which support for connectivity through wide and wireless also. So wireless devices are connected, one uplink connected to switch B. Now all devices are a part of network. Desktops, printer,
Okay.
servers, IP phones, wireless devices, all devices in the part of network. So
Okay.
which network devices only have used switch and access points? That's all.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
So now switch bay to wireless access point. We have made an uplink. What kind of cable are we using here?
Straight cable.
Straight cable only.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now PC1 want to communicate with PC2. Router is required, Murphy?
Yes. I want to ask this
No, no.
wireless
So
access point.
first let me complete.
Okay.
Let me ask you one thing.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
PC1 want to communicate with PC2. This scenario. PC1 want to connect with PC2. Is router required?
No.
No need.
So
PC1 want to communicate with FTP server. Router is required? No. PC1
No.
want to communicate with access wireless device. PC4, 5, 6. Router is required?
Yes.
No. No need.
Okay.
When exactly router is required? If PC1 want to communicate with a branch office one computer,
Okay.
then we required what? Router. So these all devices are in LAN. So within a LAN to communicate, router no need. When router is required, when there is a requirement of different network communication, then router is required actually. Yes, Murphy, now we can ask your doubt. Yes, please.
I just want to ask this access point. Is it possible if I don't want to use wireless, I can still put a switch for the other PC?
But if you have wireless devices, then how can take that wireless device to network?
So what I'm
Without
saying,
access point,
if I
uh,
don't need wireless, can I use switch to replace wireless access point for the last three PC?
last three PCs are wireless devices, right?
Okay, I got you. Now I
Then access
understand.
point must
It's
required.
wireless. Yes. Okay, I understand now. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. If last three pieces are supporting for wide, then you can replace instead of wireless access point switch. But his scenario is what last three pieces are wireless devices. Then you must use wireless access point actually. Right. So when there is a different network communication, then router is required. Okay. But the point is, if a router it is connected to public network, there are chances malware can come to your network. Like attacks will come to your network. Unauthorized traffic will come to network. There are chances or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Network is established. Communication is established. But do you have a security for your network?
No.
No.
No,
Because your branch
there's
one
no.
traffic will come, branch two traffic will come the same time. Hackers, attackers traffic also can come. Like anyone can take a control of your router, then they can operate actually. Then how to provide network is security?
Fire.
So when to filter the
Firewall.
traffic, we need to control all unauthorized traffic. Then you put is what? Firewall and connect to internet. Then firewall initially it will stop the traffic and examine, analyze all the traffic and filtered. All unauthorized traffic is filtered and authorized traffic only has been permitted. Then your network is safe. So this is a blueprint. This is a a clear picture how networks are connected in your real-time action in IT companies. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is connectivity only we have discussed, guys, but communication is not enabled. When you're talking about communication, when we must require next 2 points, which is logical address and
Protocol.
protocols. So this is only for connectivity purpose, network interface cards, media, networking devices. On top of this, we need to enable communication. We must require next logical address and protocols. That will continue tomorrow. So it's all about for today. And tomorrow we'll start with IPv4 address section. Any more doubts about for today?
No,
Sorry,
sir.
I
Hello.
have a question.
Yes.
Uh, so I have a doubt, but out of the topic, like there are some scenarios where the hackers are attacking on firewalls itself, and so is it possible, to hack a firewall? Is the firewall
Yeah,
that
yes, possible, Prakash. Even that is, see, you have a firewall. What hacker will do? So there is a firewall, we cannot send attack. We'll think like that? No. How to hack a firewall also then we prepare a little. But
Mm.
the thing is how much policies have implemented depends on that actually. You
okay?
don't think so have a firewall, my network is safe. No.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, yesterday you shared a link of accessing that recorded videos of every class.
You want to share again it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, done.
Thank you.
Okay, Prakash. So we need to write the policies.
Uh,
At the same time, application security also required. Endpoint security also required. So that is why cyber security, like application wise, operating system wise, in and out, like any loopholes, all loopholes need to be blocked like that.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Please, is it possible to share this video as well
Yeah, I'll
with
get
me?
it automated. Yes, 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 sure.
Okay. All right, thank you.
All right. Once again, thanks everyone. Have a good day. We'll connect tomorrow. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.